This is Caleb. I'm Dad. We're doing Caleb's football blog. Again, I'm Cody. Again, we missed the Thursday night game. Caleb, who'd you pick?
Miami.
I picked Miami too, so we both got that one right. First game for Sunday is Atlanta versus Carolina.
I took Atlanta because the Carolina hasn't been doing very good.
I took Atlanta also because Cam Newton does not have it together. So we'll see if he gets it together this week, but my money's not on that. Next game.
Minnesota, Chicago.
Who do you take, Caleb?
Chicago, because none of these teams are very good, like gonna make the playoffs, but Minnesota without Adrian Peterson isn't much.
I took Minnesota because I think Teddy Bridgewater's doing pretty well, and Jay Cutler is falling apart at the seams.
True. Houston or Cleveland?
I took Cleveland. I think Cleveland's on a roll. I think Hoyer is keeping the job.
I took Cleveland too, because, Manziel broke a lot of records, but he still doesn't play. And, I think they're going to start him, but Hoyer might keep it too. And Miles Austin has been getting receptions without, what's his name, that got all the yards last year.
All right. Next is Kansas City and Seattle. Who do you take?
Seattle, because, they're playing in Kansas City, but we like the Broncos. And if the Chiefs lose and the Broncos win, the Broncos will take a 2-game win in the AFC West. And, they lost Percy Hartman and Golden Tate, but Marshawn has just been doing so good lately.
I took Kansas City because they're in Kansas City. I think Kansas City's on a roll, and Marshawn is not up to speed this week. They say he's going to play, but they say he's hurt. So.
But he got 200 yards last week.
But he got hurt in those 200 yards. Next is Cincinnati or New Orleans.
I took New Orleans because Cincinnati is kind of like Carolina at the time. I picture it. And, New Orleans, Mark Ingram has been doing really good. And Breeze to Colston and Graham have been a good connection.
I took Cincinnati just kind of out of hope that the Ginger's going to get his groove back. But we'll see.
San Fran or Giants? You go first.
I took the Giants because I just don't think San Francisco has it together. You don't know which team's going to show up. You don't know whether Eli's going to play well or not, or, his supporting cast is going to play well or not. So that is why I took the Giants.
I took San Francisco because Frank Gore has been pretty decent lately, and Colin Kaepernick, against the Saints, I don't know, but he just, his one weakness is that when he's about to get sacked, he needs to throw it away, but he thinks he can keep it alive. But I still think he can get it to his tight end, Vernon Davis, and Stevie Johnson and Anquan Bolden.
Next is Tampa Bay versus Washington. Who do you take? Oh, we skipped Denver and St. Louis because it's a foregone conclusion that the Broncos will win, and we will pick the Broncos every time.
So, St. Louis have made some upsets, though. And, it might be kind of close. And St. Louis, I can't think of the third-string quarterback's name right now, but he's been running the team.
Marvin or Millie or Willie.
It's something Austin, yeah. And then
Austin Davis.
Austin Davis has been doing pretty good, but what they need to do is get the ball to Tavon Austin more. And Denver, well, since it's a third-string quarterback, he has been doing good, but I think their defense is going to be good, and Manning's just going to be his normal good self.
Yeah, they got what's his name, Robert Quinn, that one lineman and they blitz 44% of the time. So they're going to be bringing the heat on Manning, but we'll see.
And well, one more thing to add is C.J. Anderson had a very good end of the game last week.
And he will share time with Monte Ball this week.
Tampa Bay or Washington?
Tampa Bay or Washington? I take Washington. I think picking Tampa Bay at any time this year is a mistake. They're consistently awful.
I took Washington too because Robert Griffin has, been okay, but he's got Perry going on something. I can't say the name right now, and Deshaun Jackson have been a good pair for him, and Tampa Bay better get their stuff together. I like it, but Mike Glenson is doing pretty good.
Oakland versus San Diego.
I don't necessarily like San Diego, but I can't believe they've gone to 5-1 to 5-4. Oakland, people wonder if they're even going to win a game, so I haven't betted on once this year, and they aren't good, and Phillip Rivers him and Antonio Gates are kind of unstoppable. It's just their defense you need to rely on.
Yeah, and Oakland's defense made Denver look pretty bad for a little while last week, but I just don't think they're going to get it done. They can't hold it together for a whole game.
They don't even know who you picked yet.
Oh, I don't take Oakland, ever. The Chargers.
I can't see your face. Detroit or Arizona?
I take Arizona. I think even without Carson Palmer, their defense has got it together.
37% of the time blitz.
Yes, they blitz 37% of the time. But I think this is going to be one of the better games of the day. I think Detroit, if they have their stuff together, they're going to throw a lot, but Arizona's pass defense is exceptional.
Well, I took Detroit because when everybody's healthy, they are good. And Calvin Johnson, even with a double team, the whole game, he's still going to get like 100 yards. So, and Reggie Bush, they might give him the ball since they have blitzed so much, since they blitz a lot. So they might be using Bush a lot and rely on their line game. Oh yeah, and also without Carson Palmer, he tore his ACL, but I still think I think Detroit's defense will be good.
Philadelphia and Green Bay.
Did you even talk that one?
I didn't?
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I took Green Bay because both of these teams are really doing good both of these teams are really doing good at the time, but so it's going to be a close one, but Nick Foles isn't playing, so it's going to make it harder to win than 6 touchdown passes in the first half last week, for Aaron Rodgers, and
I'm not as good looking as you.
And Jordy Nelson has been a good connection, and yeah.
I picked Green Bay too last week. I think Aaron Rodgers got the giggles because he couldn't miss. He was outstanding last week, and Philadelphia's looked good this year, even with Sanchez. I think they've, after the butt fumble, I thought Sanchez was done for, but I think he fits in well with Philadelphia's offense. So I think this is going to be another good game, but I think Aaron Rodgers is too good.
It's a good week. New England or Indiana?
I take the Colts, mostly because I don't ever want to cheer for Tom Brady. I think New England looks really good. This is going to be another really good game, but it's in Indianapolis, and they've been on a roll, and New England's been on a roll too, but I think after watching them against the Broncos, teams are going to they got to figure out Gronk, and whether it break his other arm or whatever they got to do, but somebody's going to stop Gronk.
Oh, yeah, and I take Indiana too because, one, they're in Indiana, and Brady's been pretty good at home this season, and so I think they'll take that Vontae Davis and put him on Gronk a lot to try to stop him, and I mean, if they can just figure him out, play defense, and not let the Patriots defense stop them, and not rely too much on their defense, just get their offense, not too many 3-and-outs, maybe one, but yeah. And the last game's Pittsburgh and Tennessee.
I think the Rapist gets back on track this week, and I think Pittsburgh's going to win. Tennessee hasn't figured it out without Jake Locker, and with Jake Locker, he's as good as he is. He's fragile. He gets broken a lot, so I think Pittsburgh wins.
Yeah, and I take Pittsburgh too. I thought the Titans would be good, like as I said last week, but that disappointing loss to the Jets was probably not very good. You probably wouldn't be happy if you were a Pittsburgh fan, and on the other hand, I think that I can't think of it. Ben Roethlisberger, he has either the first or second most passing yards in the NFL, so he's got Antonio Brown and a couple of other guys to throw the ball to.
And that is Caleb's video blog. He let me play this week.